23 win on Saturday. Buffalo's defense locked down Lamar Jackson for under 200 total yards, no touchdowns, and a costly pick six in the second half. Lamar would end up leaving on the final play of the third quarter with a concussion and could not return to attempt a comeback. So, Shannon, do you think Lamar would have pulled it out if he hadn't gotten hurt?
Hell no. Lamar wasn't playing well. Skip, they had 3 points on 8 drives in the first 3 quarters of the ball game. And we got to stop this. Listen, when I critique any player, black, white, doesn't matter. I'm not critiquing him as a person. I don't care about his charitable contributions. I don't care what he does off the field. I'm critiquing his play. If you believe Lamar Jackson is going to run the Ravens to a Super Bowl, you're out of your mind. Let me tell you who Lamar Jackson reminds me of, Skip. He's Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's an MVP level, and you have great success in the regular season. But when you get to the playoffs and they clamp your butt down and you only have one dimension to your game, if Giannis can't Euro step you and dunk you, what can he do? He doesn't have a post up. He don't shoot mid-range. He shoots, Skip, the other night he was 1 for 10 from the free throw line. And he doesn't shoot the three. Okay, Lamar Jackson, they say, you know what? We're going to take your legs away. We not going to let you go for $150 running the football. Throw the ball. Of the 24 passes that he threw, only 5 went 10 yards or further. And you believe you can win a championship like that? Come on, people. This is not about putting no brother down. This is about critiquing his play. Right now, Lamar Jackson is not a good enough thrower of the football to get the Ravens to where they need to be. It's simple as that. I'm just critiquing his play. I'm telling you what I see based on my 14 years of playing the game and my 20-plus years of being around the game and covering it. He's not good enough current as constructed right now, Skip. He's not good enough. As simple as that. And no, he wasn't coming back. What made you think he was coming back? Hell, the Baltimore defense played unbelievable. That's the second or third best offense in football, and they held them to 10 points. 10 points. That's what Baltimore did, an unbelievable job. No, they weren't coming back. And then he stared Mark Andrews down. Everybody knows Mark Andrews, when they get in the area, he's running one route. He's running the post behind the tight end, or is he going to run the stop? 24 is in between him and Snead. He stared at it the whole while. He said, well, I ain't even worried about Snead because you looking at him. And he hits 24 right in the chest. No, they weren't coming back, Skip. No, the defense played unbelievable. The defense played well enough to win that game. But Lamar is going to have to get better at throwing the football in order for Baltimore ultimately take that next step. And stop this notion. When they win, ooh, look at Lamar, look at Lamar. The moment they lose, his receiver's terrible. Fire Greg Roman, fire John Harbaugh. Nobody needs to be fired. They put an offense in that's conducive to what Lamar Jackson does really, really well. So stop looking to place blame on somebody when Lamar does not play well. He did not play well. Simple as that.
So I will give you this. Lamar will never be a great thrower of the football. I think he can work every offseason as hard as he can work, and I don't think he'll ever be great.
Can he get better than what he is right now? Because if he can do that, he can win. They can win.
Even the way he is, and I believe he will work his tail off to get a little better. However good he can be throwing it, he will find that maximum.
What?
I still think he throws it well enough to win a Super Bowl. I saw enough during the MVP year. He can throw darts. He's an accurate thrower of the football.
You watch Giannis every year in the regular season. How many times you see him do that in the postseason?
Okay, it's hard to compare Giannis and Lamar because Giannis is 7 feet tall or whatever, 6'11", whatever he is.
I'm just saying he's an MVP.
I know, but you can't keep him from the rim until you build a wall in the playoffs.
So what they do to Lamar? What they do to Lamar in that game right there? They kept his butt from getting 30 and 15 and 20-yard and 30-yard runs, and they say throw the football down the field.
Timeout. We have to take into consideration the conditions. What was I taught by Coach Walsh and Coach Landry from the start? What did they always say? Rain's fine. We can play in the rain. We can throw it in the rain. We cannot play in the wind. Nothing is worse than wind to disrupt a passing attack. It's just hard. What did Justin Tucker do the first 2 times he kicked the football?
Oh, he clanked it.
He missed 2 field goals. This is the the greatest kicker. I know Vinatieri is obviously just on longevity, but on leg strength and accuracy, Justin Tucker is it. And he's just like buffaloed by the Buffalo wind, right? He's just saying, what was that?
I mean, you look at those flags up there, they're straight out.
So it's hard to throw it, especially against the wind. Well, Lamar had the wind at his back for only one quarter, and it was the second quarter because he only played 1, 2, and 3. So first quarter, third quarter, he was against the wind, and he was up against it. In the second quarter alone, he went 7 of 13 for 111 yards. Well, if I did 111 times 4, you can see what that would be, 444 yards. That you'd say, well, that was quite a game, right? But obviously, you only get the wind for half of the game.
Right.
Well, he didn't get his second quarter with the wind because the final play of the third quarter, fatefully, he bangs his head on the turf as he's falling backwards, and that snap, that wasn't his fault. That wasn't a Lamar pass to himself. You know, it went over his head, and the snaps were going low and high all night long.
All over the place.
And in part because of the wind. So, to me, I would have loved to have seen Lamar get the ball with the wind because I believe in his guts, his football character, and I believe he would have willed them to a win in a close game. You know, you can't – it's hard. You know, it's a terrible break. Okay, how about this? Let's do this stat before you go.
Okay.
Would you believe that in his career so far, up until that terrible idea of interception that he threw, that he had thrown 49 touchdowns in the red zone inside the 20, 49 touchdowns with 0 interceptions.
Yeah.
The guy who you say can't throw it well enough. Now, that's pretty great.
No, Skip. Throwing it well enough and consistently enough. Skip, you do realize Baltimore plays outside. So the likelihood of them, what dome team in the AFC over the next couple of years? Kansas City is going to be there. Buffalo's going to be there. So those are the teams that you're going to have to beat.
I know, but Josh Allen was struggling with the win, too. Skip. He wasn't lighting it up. Who had the better QBR in this game? Help me out. You love Josh Allen.
Skip. Josh Allen was 23 of 37 for 206. Stephon Diggs had 106 yards.
Josh Allen had a QBR of 51. Lamar Jackson had a QBR of 56. So he threw it a little better, although they include legs and
Exactly.
But,
Skip, but if you look at the throws that he was making, and what do I keep telling you? If this is a right-handed quarterback, don't let him escape to the right side. How many times did Baltimore let him escape to the right side, and he was able to throw the ball, Skip, and pick up a first down? You don't let him to his dominant hand. Skip, at some point in time, Lamar Jackson's going to have to get consistent at throwing the football. What did they do to LeBron? Back off. Until LeBron started hitting those jump shots, LeBron ain't win no titles. Skip, you got to build, you got to evolve your game because teams will take away what you're really, really good at.
Okay. But what are the odds that you throw a between the numbers interception into the end zone? It's not outside the numbers.
Skip, you stared him down.
Okay, but what are the odds? You stare him down. I got you. You throw your first ever interception inside the red zone. What's his name? Taron Johnson.
Taron Johnson.
Yeah, he catches it. He's a yard deep, and he said after the game, I looked down and I thought, maybe I better take a knee. And he said, I looked up and I saw nothing but green. Okay, help me out. What are the odds that you throw one right over the middle and he runs it 101 yards back? If you throw it outside the numbers, if you throw it to the sideline in the end zone and he picks it on the run, then you got trouble.
Well, here's the thing, though, Skip. If you look at it, all the receivers are behind him.
Okay,
so
but it's lucky. It's like you just happen to be in the right place at the perfect time.
And he got a blocker. Tre'Davious White.
Guess who? And he walled off Lamar.
Right.
Because Lamar was going to outrun him.
Yeah, Lamar would have caught him.
He would have caught him.
Yeah.
Okay, but he got a little convoy, and that was the end of that deal.
Skip, Lamar is tremendous, but he's going to have to get better at throwing the football consistently. Skip, I'm not talking about a game here or there because you know come playoff time, they're going to take away what you do good. They're going to take that away. They're going to force you to beat them throwing the football. And if he can't do that, Skip, I don't see how. Teams are not going to let you run for 300 yards, 400 yards. Not in the playoff game. They're going to stack the line. And if you can do that, I'm not saying that he can't, because I believe he can. He's gotten better from year 1 to year 3.
Yep.
So if he just needs to get consistent. That's what he needs to get, Skip, consistent. Can he make some throws? Sure. But can he consistently make those throws? Skip, that's the difference between Josh Allen. Josh Allen's got consistent. He made some throws his rookie year. You're like, damn. But then the next year, he got even better. This year, he took a gigantic leap. Yeah, that kid's a top 5 quarterback. It's hard to say for the next 5 years. Obviously, you believe Brady, Rodgers is going to be at the tail end. It's hard to say you taking anybody over this kid other than Mahomes for the next 5 years.
Baker Mayfield.
Don't do that,
Obviously.
Skip.
Well,
Skip,
I'm
don't
about
do
to
that.
do
No,
it
no,
right
no,
here on
no,
this
no. I'm not
show.
going to let you do that. Stop.
Well,
No, don't do that. Don't do
you're
that,
not going to
Skip.
be able to stop me.
Don't do that, Skip.